are fine. You are fine. At least there is no petition against us.
Yes.
Seeking
against you.
I beg you.
to remove us from the show. So we are okay.
Wait, Akwenya
So don't worry about what I JJ.
Me now I take myself come.
Yes, but it is what it is.
Yeah. How are you?
We're good. At least we can't wait for. Is it just me or I think the transition period is too long?
But I was saying it last time. But it's just 1 month too.
Yeah.
It's not too long.
It is okay. It's just that it feels
long this time around.
Because look at this. See, the governing party still has the mandate. But it runs into difficulties when it's doing the legitimate things. I'm sure yesterday you guys followed and realized that there was a bullion van which was carrying some
gold bars and it was intercepted.
Exactly.
But they said
it's legitimate.
This is
transaction.
They say they do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right? But as we speak, the goals have not been transported.
Then the police.
Yes, the regional police.
Public counting, like election. One,
you get a point.
Two.
So government is unable to function. And it happens in 2016 whenever there's change in government. But that's the point. Those who are living are in a hurry to leave because they are unable to do anything. Right? And then those who are coming are coming. They are eager to take over.
Haven't you heard reports about Yamin intercepting?
Yes, whatever. Here and there.
How about you find a way to make the two of them govern?
Yes, so yes, of course. I get it.
Yesterday there was a statement from the transition team about appointments and they threatening to revoke such appointments when they finally.
Oh, really? So no, after the last time where the government said, well, we are still a government in work, and so until the midnight of 6th of January, we're still working.
Exactly.
Now there's a
statement. Yeah. So first of all, the chronology of events. There was a statement from the NDC transition team after a meeting that some agreement had been made,
and there was a counter statement from government saying that there was no agreement, and that's where they reiterated that they are in office until the midnight of 6th of January, and in fact, because of that, videos of what's his name? Felix Kwachi Fosu, I mean, have resurfaced of him, justifying the late appointments that were being done by the administration, then outgoing Mahama administration. And so he says that even though they said that they were in office until the midnight of 6th of January 2017, there was some form of agreement that everything they were going to do was going to be with the express consent of the incoming administration. So they were expecting that since they requested for that they would equally, work towards that as well when they are in government.
The outgone senior minister, Mr. Yosef Marco, wrote a statement during the transition period. Indicating exactly what you have just said, that an agreement had been reached that no monumental decision must be taken without the express approval of the incoming transition team. Right? And so subsequent to the statement from the transition team of the NDC, the information minister, Fatih Abubakar, actually spoke and said there were no recruitment and there were no payments.
So these were already done with clearance received and all. And for instance, there are some of the institutions that clearance was already sought before this. However, one of the major challenges is that, unlike the past where ordinary people will have the chance to get in, with a protocol list making up the few, it looks like these days it is the reverse, where the protocol list is a lot, and the people who are not protocol are just a minute fraction of the people who are being employed.
Yes. So after that, then there was a statement to clarify that indeed, even if their recruitment and their payment, these things are legitimate. And so yesterday, Felix signed another statement warning those officials who are engaged in these activities, that they will be held individually.
I be on the Felix statement. Let me just, for the benefit of our listeners, let me just read briefly. So this is the letter signed by spokesperson for the Mahama transition team, Felix Kwachi Fosu. So the transition team of President-elect John Dramani Mahama, has noted that despite agreement reached at the second meeting of the Joint Transition Team held on Friday, 13 December 2024, that last-minute recruitment, payments, and such other actions be cleared with the Joint Transition Team, the NPP government continues to undertake these activities without recourse to the agreement. The transition team of the president-elect wishes to state emphatically that given the bad faith displayed by the government, all payments, recruitments, transfers, and promotions, some of which have been backdated, will be reversed, and where necessary, public officials responsible for these actions will be held accountable. Yeah. For the avoidance of doubt, all public officials are strongly cautioned to resist pressure from outgoing political actors to engage in these acts, as they could attract severe consequences when the new government takes office.
Exactly. So that's the statement cautioning public office holders, right? Those who are not political appointees, to resist any attempt to get them to add on to the payroll. And you see, somebody will wonder, what's the challenge here? The challenge here is that, and we've been here before, if you remember single spine salary structure, it was in the offing, works had not been done, and then former President Kufuor, at the neck of leaving office, decided to implement it and then increase salaries by percentages that no government could have paid.
Absolutely.
I think it's the biggest black spot on Kufuor as an individual and his reign as a president.
But I'd be still on that. I think Mahama did same in 2016 when he was exiting with the NSS allowance. It was increased from 2 something to 5 something.
Okay.
And that also was criticized
generated a lot of furor. Yes.
But I think that with the NSS, it had been there for a very long time. Like that 200 cities made no sense.
Yeah.
You understand? And I think that the national service personnel, it's not as though in terms of defense, but in terms of impact.
Compared to obviously. And so the issue is with the public sector payroll, which we are told is heavy.
It's
at the point we're told 70% of our revenue.
Our revenue goes into and so if you keep packing it. If we keep packing it, we are going to have trouble on our hands.
That's one. The second one is, as you mentioned, the caliber of people who are going to be recruited at this point in time with a party hesitant power. The ordinary Joe like you, people, you will not find favor.
No.
Right? So that's another. And the challenge I think Phyllis and his incoming administration will have is the payment. How are you going to reverse the payment? It's not like the money has not hit the account of the individual. At this time around, they might even do tabletop payment. How are you going to reverse that? So your caution that you hold officials responsible, accountable will suffice, right? But of course, now you touch a bit on Tokunu's fate. I think let's use the opportunity. I know we'll delve deeper into detail when Mutala comes. But you see, here's the thing. What has Professor Kwaku Asare done? It says he's just invoked Article 146 of the Constitution, which talks about removal of the Chief Justice. And it says, a Justice of the Superior Court or a Chairman of the Regional Tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on the grounds of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. And you talk about stated misbehavior and incompetence. And that's the ground upon which Professor Azar is standing. A Justice of the Superior Court or Judicature or Chairman of the Regional Tribunal may only be removed in accordance with the procedure specified in this article. And the procedure is here. If the President receives a petition for the removal of a Justice of the Superior Court other than the Chief Justice or for the removal of the Chairman of the Regional Tribunal, he shall refer the petition to the Chief Justice, who shall determine whether there is a prima facie case. Where the Chief Justice decides that there is a prima facie case, he shall set up a committee consisting of blah, 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 blah. But in this case, it's the Chief Justice that has, the request has been made, the petition has been set for removal. So the President will set up a committee. It will comprise of 3 justices of the same Supreme Court, right, and some other individuals. They will then delve into the detail. As the investigations are ongoing, if the President deems it fit, he can suspend the Chief Justice. That's what the law we are dealing with. Mind you, this is markedly different from that of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, which is left to the Chief Justice to decide largely.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's where we are. We'll delve deeper into the stated misbehavior and then.
The composition of the panel again for those.
Okay, so let me get to the composition.
Three justices. Is it?
Yeah, three justices of the Supreme Court, and then I think some other individuals appointed by the president. The committee appointed under the clause. Okay, so I'm coming. I'll get that for you specifically.
I mean, we'll delve into it in the course of the show. So.
So let me just give you that.
Okay.
Where the petition is for removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the President, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers, so ordinary Ghanaians, so to speak.
So 3 ordinary Ghanaians and
then
2
2
Court justices.
The committee appointed under clause 6 of this article shall inquire into the petition and recommend to the President whether the Chief Justice ought to be removed from office. All proceedings under this article shall be held in camera, and the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard in his defense or her defense by himself or herself by a lawyer or other expert of his choice. The President shall in each case act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee. Mind you, the President shall in each case act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee. Where a petition has been referred to a committee under this article, the President may, in the case of the Chief Justice, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, by warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. In the case of any other justice of the Superior Court or of a chairman of a regional tribunal acting in accordance with the advice of the Judicial Council, suspend that justice or that chairman of the regional tribunal. So, in essence, this is it. It doesn't talk about the President establishing a prima facie case before a committee is set up.
No,
it's automatic.
no.
And we've never been here. That point must be made that there's never been a petition for removal of a Chief Justice that has been acted upon that we are all privy to, right? And so, let's see. But the timing is quite curious for me. We have a lame duck president who, even if he decides to act on this, right, cannot see it through before he has his power.
Yeah.
How many days?
Go. If the president decides not to act on this,
does it? The Constitution doesn't state that.
What are lapses?
No. I want to know, for instance, whether there's a time frame.
Yes.
There isn't.
There isn't. Right.
So if they do the work in 2 days.
Oh no, I get that, but that's practically impossible. But the point I'm even making is that let's assume that the president decides not to act on this. Professor Gogo Asare, in case it's not in the handing over note, we'll just have to dust his petition, dust it, and represent it to the next president. So I think it's head tail loss. Let's see.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, quick one. I think with my conversation with Nade, they now raised an important argument that I think we will have to hear from the lawyers whether the principle of double jeopardy applies here. So, for example, if a committee sits today and decides that, the Chief Justice did nothing wrong, can these same charges be leveled against her in future?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
It is something that the lawyers will have.
That's a good question. But in case that's to be litigated, it will go back to the Supreme Court.
It's very interesting because if this petition should go through, you would have justices that perhaps. So these are supposed. The justices are supposed to be Supreme Court justices.
Yeah. Right? Yes, 2 of them. No, but that's the thing. 2 of them and then 3 ordinary Ghanaians.
Yeah.
And usually it's a recommendation of the committee, not the justices on the committee.
Yeah.
So if it's 2 against 3, by majority decision, you are gone.
No, my point is, now this is you as a justice of the Supreme Court, having your boss sitting right in front of you.
Yeah.
Where a case of incompetence and stated misbehavior has been brought. I mean.
Yeah.
Judges are supposed to be impartial.
No, but that's the thing. That's why the president might have to act on this. Because he would then pick the justices, right? Yeah. The justices that he deems fit to sit on this committee. Because if he does...
I thought it was a cumbersome process.
No, it's that simple.
This can be abused by...
Absolutely.
I thought it was so difficult to...
It's the same way. It's the same way with the Charlotte's incident.
Yeah.
In fact, for the
Charlotte incident, the gatekeeper ought to have been the Chief Justice then.
Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, there were many who were praying for that gatekeeping role.
Who was the CJ then? Sophia?
Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia.
who were praying for that gatekeeping role
to have been
affected one way or the
because
other.
Even in terms of procedurally, the petition was defective. But
let me just repeat what Nakif usually repeats, that framers of our constitution
really thought highly of the
Ghanaian. Because I mean, really getting 3 people and 2 judges, massa.
They did.
Anyway,
because you see, the process can easily be abused.
Yeah, easily.
And you don't see where the checks and balances are.
Exactly.
Because most often the appointing authority, everyone has an interest. The appointing authority will not go out there looking for someone who they think is very objective and look at. They are looking at people who, Charlie push comes to shove, you say something for me.
Even when they do now, they live to regret it.
Yes.
Especially
Martinamidu.
Exactly.
And
then
even
Okisi Jaben.
Yes.
You see, they might think that you favor them.
Yes.
When you assume office and you are not, they usually regret that they gave it to you.
Yeah. Especially when there's a security of tenure. I mean, there's nothing that can be done.
So we can only pray that we have many more of such appointments where they were appointed thinking you bend and then you refuse and they get regret and then we are happy. You get the citizens will be happy.
And because of the trends we have, followed as a country. There are many instances where people can actually act in accordance with the law. But they think that the president will not be happy with me. So let me act this way. Sometimes the president would not mind.
The president doesn't even care.
People
want to catch your
but people
eye
want
anyway.
to catch the president's eye.
That's true.
Because that's our kind of government. We run a father-daughter, kind of thing that you are calling mommy, that kind of thing. So you want to do your utmost best to catch your father's eye.
And please him, even when it's not necessary.
So you see overzealous appointees sometimes engaging in things and then you'd realize that the president has no hand in it.
You talk about checks and balances. When the rift between Parliament and then the Supreme Court happened,
yes,
I was asking a legitimate question. And I agree with you on all fours that we thought too highly of the Ghanaian during the framing of the Constitution. Because there are no checks for the Supreme Court.
No.
Nobody checks the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court can turn the law upside down and that's the new law.
And that's the law.
Hello.
And so obey it and then go and complain later. Meanwhile, when you obey it, in some instances, it is you forgoing your rights and saying essentially that you have. The other side can say that you have complied with it anyway. So what's the biggie?
For me, that's my hope that if indeed we are serious about reviewing the Constitution, these things will feature and we can amend it.
I hope that it's not any face painting. If we are doing a review, it must be thorough. Because look, whoever does it now, if President-elect Mahama is able to do it now, look, posterity will judge him favorably. And we have heard him talk about how he wants to leave a legacy.
That's the point.
This is what we are expecting.
Exactly.
We should see a proper review of the Constitution because the abuse is too much.
We still cannot continue to have a system where if there's a change of government, I mean PROs, people who ordinarily work with the Information Services Department are changed from one state agency to there. Some are even sidelined, some are transferred. I mean,
that's because they are not actually made the PROs. See, count all the PROs.
Everybody come with their special
assistants. They are party apparatchiks, and every PRO at the end of every second term of an administration wants to enter Parliament because everybody wants to secure his head.
And we've spoken about how some of these PROs seemingly have no clue.
Some have been spoken ever since they were appointed. You can mention
as for that health minister, the health ministry PRO, they are forever mentioned.
The health minister, you can
every day when you go to oh really? In fact, let me call you back in 5 minutes.
Honestly, when last did you hear from the GES spokesperson? When last?
Cassandra, I think she's packing out already.
Reverend Betty was there before, right?
Yes. Betty might be on retirement now.
Like I said before, if you are appointing your party people, make sure they are competent. That's all. Let them know the job so that the vacuum is not felt. It's really problematic.
You are a PRO. Just look for the dictionary meaning of PRO.
Public Relations Officer.
You're supposed to talk, give information, do something, earn your salary. Seriously.
You have just one job.
That's the point. Talk.
All right, let me take you to the Daily Graphic newspaper front page. prioritize development and leave a good legacy. Yagbonvura advises
sent a delegation.
Advises Mahama. It's very important.
Yeah.
Everybody is saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Therefore, President-elect Mahama, the ball is in your own court.
Yeah, Charlie. And where did Duncan Williams speak?
I think yes.
Yeah, he went to meet.
We are
visited Charlie. Yes.
I never knew the president-elect flew to Nigeria.
Yeah, I went to meet Tinubu. You need that.
When?
You need that yesterday. It's
Sorry.
part of the meeting. So
that's why
meeting of religious leaders.
at the point they should give him rest.
And
He needs some
No,
rest.
see, you need that. Let me tell you something about Kufuor's. The very first conversation,
The
and that
Peugeot
was turned into almost a scandal with the Sahara. His visit to Nigeria got some deals with Obasanjo, and then we were told that Charlie oil there we are secure.
And but that was how come we got those Peugeot. Remember,
Exactly.
the first year of Kufuor, there were some
Yes.
Peugeot vehicles that the
Vehicles
police,
from Nigeria because Peugeot was assembling vehicles in Nigeria.
But there's
it's
always,
a big deal.
But also there's always.
No, but you see, sorry,
Oh,
can you
don't worry.
conclude?
Don't worry.
Oh, conclude.
Oh no, I was about to say that there's always this thing about Nigeria. Sometimes it's the scandals.
Yeah.
Remember, even Rollins suffered with the
Yeah.
allegations of taking money from Abacha.
Abacha,
And
Sani
it was
Abacha,
$5 million, some $5 million.
Yeah.
It became topical
It
at
was
the
a
time.
gift,
So
yeah.
anyway,
You know, the Niger Ghana.
Niger
The Ghana Nigeria relationship is a unique one because I mean, in our closest proximity, that's the only English speaking country.
it's so annoying
And
if you are a Togolese or
And
like we are neighbors in Nigeria.
yeah, like
and to think that you have to pass through Benin and I mean Togo and Benin before you get to Nigeria. How we relate, you think that we are right next door to each other. So I mean, it is a bond that is beautiful. If we explore it well, both countries will be the better for it. You understand?
I agree.
And so it's always good when you see efforts to reinforce those bonds. And so we are hoping that these relations, as has benefited us over the years, will continue.
Oh, and it's a simple one. Give them light, they give us oil. How difficult should that be? And President Mahama has a special relationship with Nigeria, and it's from Dele Momodu and what have you.
No, he spent some time in Nigeria when there was the overthrow. His stepmother is Nigerian. So they relocated to Nigeria for a while before. So he has, I think he was even installed a chief there some time ago. So so that's where his Nigerian roots to come from.
And you heard, is it RDM or is it
RMD?
RMD.
Richard Mofadamijo.
Good.
Yes, he said that we should give Mahama another chance. He looks like a good guy. He doesn't know him. So, all right, other stories here on the front page of the day.
Sophia too said that.
Hey, Sophia and London, that's adverts. I didn't take them to opposition.
the Temnatre one. I was so anyway.
Yeah, looking for adverts. People are talking about how they feel. They go and bring someone who is not here. Anyway, you see, that's the problem. Like how people were dancing to Sifian. They are detached. They are very detached. So they do.
I think it has something to do with power. Remember, Mahama was bashed for dancing in Ethiopia at Menchia. Ethiopia when at the time
they left the other partner that he was dancing with, and they dealt with him.
They don't know. Of course, it is you they can deal with the other one.
Of course, I mean it fits. At that time, it did fit the narrative. So, I just hope that people will not become complacent, but some way somehow.
But yesterday Napo spoke. We spoke to Napo.
Napo has been speaking every day.
On the floor of Parliament. But yesterday he availed himself for an interview, a media interaction.
Oh, fantastic.
And he says everybody else got opportunity to come again. Right?
So they'll come again.
Yeah. So and he will throw.
But I'm hopeful that if Napo should come again, his speech will be better. And you write more rather than do extempore.
We grow every day, so I'm sure we won't be the same Napo. But as a Christian, I wish him well.
Yes. I think he'll have the chance to reflect and see that he actually started on a very wrong footing.
Shaking.
You know, when he started the whole Momo Kwame Nkrumah.
Could also be pressure. You know, like you mentioned, before he was chosen. I mean, others were also. So I'm sure there was some pressure on him to prove that point that I'm the right man for the job. And nobody did it. I mean, the overzealousness
before you die.
You know, maybe sometimes it's nerves, For all you know, he was nervous, and that was his coping mechanism. But then again, you'd want to cut him some slack on that first day, but he didn't help himself in subsequent days. So you see that maybe it's a general.
Got his share.
I mean, I'm a crowd.
Hopefully, lessons learned. And of course, the MPP still diagnosing the causes of their.
I mean, it is normal. In 2016, the same happened to the NDC, right? He set up Professor Kwesi Botwe.
But this time our individuals are doing it. So Michael Ochibefi, he
said it's black magic.
It's spiritual. No, he said spiritual. So spiritual could be anything. But it's Ochidaku Mensah who said it is black magic.
I think that the politicians, when they are overtaken by events, and they think it's black magic or spiritual, because even post 2016, I think when John Mahama was campaigning in 2020, he sat down with Kofi TV, and then he said that it was both I think spiritual and physical, because it felt as though at a point the Ghanaians, they had covered our eyes, so we were not seeing anything. Meanwhile, so Kofi mentioned that he made reference to the digital center where it had been commissioned. The president was there, and then Kofi said he doesn't remember the commission. He said, that they had covered it.
It was the emergency center too.
There was quite a bit. But when the people are tired of you, they really do not care.
They don't care.
And I hope next 4 years, you're not going to see this last minute innovation of projects. Please.
Look, one petition that I have. Please light up Accra. Our roads are dark. Yesterday, my niece, I joined my niece. She was going to pick her siblings in somewhere around, Soto. Look, we got lost somehow. I mean, we're trying to dodge traffic, and we went to PA somewhere. Look, how we ended up on the Pokwasi interchange, only God knows. So,
by the time you realize.
Look, that interchange, the street lights do not work. Everything.
This is a
like
project that was
major parts of Accra, the street light poles are there, but there's no light. So at the point, she kept saying, "But it's so dark. Why is it so dark?" Because these are not routes that we normally would use. It's not our usual.
And these are not places that you can say the street lights are living power. You can't say that, right?
No,
they are in transition.
No, but you see, my point is, if anything at all, the Pokwasi interchange is something that the administration has been bragging about. But a chunk of the street lights there do not function. If you go to Circle Dubai, I keep saying it, the whole the stretch from former busy internet all the way down to where the new one Obechebi begins. No light. Then you see Obechebi with all the lights.
Now the only thing is providing light for us. Christmas trees now.
Oh no, but it's really bad.
Beyond the Christmas trees, the way
Accra is too dark.
It's too dark. It is too dark.
For people to think that your light from your vehicle will be enough.
It's not enough.
There's a reason why there are street lights. It's not just for even commuters. For pedestrians.
No, but even if you are driving in the places, you see, the light is on the road, but you need to be able to assess those who may attempt crossing and everything. If the place is dark, and excuse my language, somebody crosses you. I didn't want to use that. So
I'll get that.
So somebody crosses you, block the person. But you see, in the daytime, you are able to assess, because there's a lot going on when you're driving. It's only about
around
the
you.
road.
You see
sometimes you see
around
case
you.
and you know that this case, definitely they'll try and come inside the road. So you slow down or you take precautionary measures.
I agree. And then talking about petition, another petition, and of course I call it appeal, is that, see, contracts have been awarded for road projects. If they stink and they are bad, deal with the individuals involved. But please manage the halting, the period for which you halt the project. So for instance, the Temamotowe, right? It's multi-million-dollar contract that has been given. As a result, all the street lights removed. Imagine that we decide to use 1 year, like was done with the Cocoa Roads, to set up a committee to undertake forensic audit. After we are done with the audit, a chunk of the roads that have been done have deteriorated because they've not been completed. And now we are now going to face for other contractors to come. See, by all means, deal with the rot in the contract.
One of the things I want to see now is the Road Safety Authority. There are documents on number of accident cases and their causes. I want to find or I want to see one day that they'll include the lack of street lights as one of the causes, because look, there are so many things that happen on the road, except that the dead can't speak, so we all know we will not know what caused the accident.
That's the point.
All right, other stories.
Papa says I should say hi to you, mommy. Mommy.
Hey, at some point, yeah. What happened? I went to call these people boys. I don't finish. Other stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Finance Minister will lay expenditure in advance of appropriation. Chairman Sabunsu assures. Look, I miss Chairman Sabunsu.
Yesterday,
as majority leader.
Me, to be honest, I didn't engage him. Because the template has become the man. You see, when you are in Palm, every 2 months you change your number, people struggle to reach you. And opposition and all of that. No, we'll give a stand. Give a stand.
I mean, let's stand on existing
protocols.
All protocols
observed. And it's a lesson. It's a lesson. You see, hopefully we don't have to flip the script.
In
years to come. Charlie, make yourself accessible. It's as simple as that. How difficult should it be?
But every phone now has a block feature. You can block unwanted calls. So if somebody is bothering you anyway. Now you're done.
Other stories here. Police probe fire that destroyed Ablekuma North electoral materials, and let me see, Daily Graphics.
Now on that Ablekuma North electoral materials. Yesterday we were all hoping that the materials were not there.
Oh, they were there.
They were there.
If the materials were there,
there was
and
police
they
protection.
To provide adequate protection.
There was police protection.
We're told, and I don't want to believe that narrative that the police were there, they excused themselves for some few minutes. And I mean, I don't want to believe. What kind of protection did they offer?
Hopefully that's nothing to our ability to get the authentic and genuine results, because at least if nothing at all, the EC should have it original pink sheet.
Maybe that was also kept there. Sometimes they keep it in the ballot.
That would be very unfortunate.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Because the EC has a district office, right? But the EC decided to keep these materials in a school. Wow.
Anyway.
You know, I think what's the name? I've heard some security analysts talk about how, you know, it is important that by now we should have found a way. Just like how we keep the materials before the elections in the police armory, we should perhaps be doing the same. Once the election is done, we should transport them.
And especially not everything, the pink sheet, the final declaration form. How big is that?
That's the paper.
You get it. Just as for the ballot box.
If the political parties are able to keep all their pink sheet, how difficult should it be for the EC?
See, it makes no sense.
Anyway,
I'm done with the Daily Graphic.
The Ghanaian Times follows next. We are handing over strong economy, Finance Minister.
Why the emphasis on this strong economy? While you know the ones the news portals
4 years later.
The thing is that you know some of these things is just for shaggy reasons.
Because so they'll come back 3 or 4 years.
They'll reference and say when we're leaving power, we left a strong economy.
Well, I've seen the third quarter growth. I said, oh, hold on. You see, year on year, it's what you actually work with. So if you talk about third quarter, wait for the fourth quarter. When there's an aggregate and an average of first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, then that will be the year's GDP growth. Then you work with that. The year's debt to GDP ratio, you work with that. Year-end inflation, you work with that. Depreciation of the cedi, you work with that. So, of course, it's good. Third quarter growth over 7%, kudos. It means there are signs that the economy is bouncing back, right? But wait for the end of the year so we know on the average how much growth we recorded, right? Because see, first quarter of next year, NDC might also pose a growth of say 8%, and they'll come and say, yes, magic wand. Wait, that's the point. Wait, when the year ends, then we can have a good conversation about.
As for the economy, politicians should allow us to determine whether the economy is improving or not. I mean,
simple as that.
And we always do, but unfortunately, they don't get it. You see, many a times when the figures are being jumbled around, we touch our pockets and find out.
Exactly.
Anyway, the other headlines here. ECOWAS urged to incorporate women's views into transnational organized crime policies. I agree. Agriculture, agribusiness, my passion for growth, President-elect. Yes, and Julius Debra himself, I'm sure he's the incoming chief of staff. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say chief of staff elect.
Chief of staff elect. That's a good one. That's a good one because he was actually on the ticket.
Unseen picture.
Oh, yeah, he was the background picture.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Who are you greeting?
I'm greeting everybody that you're thinking of. I'm greeting everybody that you're thinking of.
You laugh.
What else can get you to laugh then? Anyway.
Is it by force to laugh?
So, please, fire service, investigate burning of Ablekuma North constituency ballot papers, and Ghana Armed Forces arrest man behind protocol recruitment video. Yes, you have to be. There must be something wrong with you to be peddling a falsehood about recruitment, but there must be something definitely wrong with you to record yourself in the process. Anyway,
they want to make it look authentic.
Back page, promoting safer cooking. MP advocate gas over firewood and charcoal. Like I said, cylinder circulation exercise, the program. We ought to have implemented it by now. Unfortunately, we're going to have to tell a story about how the truck drivers, right, and LPG tanker drivers will petition the new administration to relook at it again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this is a policy of the NDC administration. But because we failed to implement it in 8 years, we'll be telling stories about how we have to halt it.
Yeah.
Anyway, intensified vaccination against cholera in Western region ends tomorrow. Okay, so there's a vaccine for cholera. How come everybody doesn't have it?
No, but you see, the vaccine is not really the solution.
Okay.
The real solution is you washing your hands frequently.
But in the meantime, can we have the vaccines?
No, they are dispensing those as well, but it's important that the doctors say that it is no substitute.
Yeah. For hygiene. Good hygiene.
Yes, so it's very important that we bear that in mind, so people should wash their hands frequently under running water. It's very important because if you fail to do so, you are putting yourself at risk.
All right, Daily Guide newspaper.
Hey, you
can go.
All right. EC ballot boxes set on fire at Kwashiman School. Also, Nana Outdoors new foreign affairs complex, and it is very beautiful. If you are getting to airport facts.
They've expanded the distance.
It's very beautiful. Yes, very beautiful.
Atamos will be a very happy man in his grave.
Hey, so the old foreign affairs office, nothing.
I think they should break it and then put
I think it's about time.
All right, but they shouldn't sell it to any private developer.
All right, Parliament House delay in 3-month budget approval threatens transition, and Ghana Armed Forces arrest protocol recruitment scammer. Comes with his photograph details on page 6. Back page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Kudus makes CAF 2024 list, and Ronaldo, the real GOAT, plans Brazil football takeover. And Florentina forward releases rap album. Football I'm done.
The Daily Statesman newspaper front page: economic fundamentals stronger than 2016. What is that? Says Finance Minister. Majority Leader vows to hold NDC accountable for tax reduction promises, and you can't disappoint Ghanaians, Bagwin tells Mahama. And Ghana Health Service embarks on community cholera vaccination campaign. I am done.
All right, so Nays is listening. It was just from Takrad. He's enjoying the conversation, and I should tell Mommy that I have missed you. And he says, he served as an electoral officer before. He says pink sheets are never kept in the ballot box. First thing you are told when you are recruited by the EC. So hopefully the pink sheets are intact. And the EC's ones, which are supposed to be original, will come with ink, right? And not any other one, because that's actually what is disputed by the political parties. That if it's original copy, then it must come with ink, and the handwritings must be the same across board.
Yeah, both the copy and the original must be of the same.
Exactly. The Chronicle, as the next one I have, MPP is handing over a resilient economy to NDC. Adam. Minority begs majority. We can't pay workers if mini budget is not approved. Yesterday I engaged Dr. Kesela Toforce, the minority leader, who says, you think it's only the incoming administration that will suffer? there's something called gratuity, or the one you call ex gratia. So all the outgoing.
But there was a club back from Napo on that.
Yes, that is NDC MPs who are happy.
No, he says that why President Mahama promised that
Yeah.
in his second term he's going to scrap ex gratia.
Yeah,
So
but Mahama is not paying this ex gratia. It's Akufo-Addo that's paying this ex gratia.
everyone should pay themselves. That
You see
Okay.
how come he had problems
Yes.
on the campaign trail. Because
Yeah.
any such promise will take effect
Yeah.
next administration.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect
Yeah,
it.
because see, the outgoing appointees will be pissed. First of all, the president says they should not go with their saloon vehicles. Right. So, and then we spoke to Dr. Miracles about this. I'm giving him a PhD. Who says that go and buy your car? Yes, you've worked for 8 years, 4 years, and what have you. If you are a government appointee and you live in power, go and buy your car. I agree with him. But at least if they believe genuinely that their president did not cancel ex gratia, it will not be good for you to say that you should punish them again and then not give them their ex gratia. Unless Akufo-Addo says, I'm not also paying ex gratia. Oh, then we all wholeheartedly.
This ex gratia thing, what is it? Because the MPs insist that there's nothing like
It's a payback, yeah.
It's their own payback.
Yeah,
You
for the
get it?
MPs.
So,
For the MPs.
For the MPs.
Yes,
but for the other
the
famous Article 71 office holders.
They give them lump sum. And then that one is a lump sum.
Yeah.
It's like
Anyway.
take home. Yes.
Teachers used to receive
But know
that
how
in
to
the
spend
past.
it. You see, on this platform, we advise them. Opposition can be very lonely.
You are advising politicians.
We can. Today is not Friday.
Me, I
right?
don't- me, I'm not there
No,
yet. I
no.
can't advise politicians.
Because we can't afford to be telling stories about how leaving office and in no time.
But you've done stories about former
many,
MPs,
many,
former
many,
MPs
many,
and how
many,
some of
many
them struggle
stories,
with
many
healthcare
stories.
and all those.
They call sitting MPs now and ask them for money for medical care and what have you. We should guard against those things. Please probe arson attack on Ablekumanov ballot boxes. And quotation for this morning, Matthew 7:5. You hypocrite. First take the log out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. This one there, who is it for? Okay, I can't tell who this is for. But yes, so for the story here, MPP handing over a resilient economy to NDC. Minority begs. Okay, there might be for the minority. Minority begs majority. We can't pay workers if mini budget. Like I was telling you about, aside the gratuity, talks about the fact that this incoming administration, they can prepare budget from opposition. 7th, immediately after the swearing.
Then
on the 8th, we show it in Parliament and then read the budget. It can be done. See, and of course, and this is where, and I think we should paint the full picture. The NPP, through Carlos Ahimkra, insists that if the NDC doesn't assist the House in approving the tax waivers, it is not going on.
Almost 120 million euros. If you bring it to dollars more, if you convert it to cedis.
Yeah. And for the tax waivers, see, the government had opportunity to get this passed last year. What Kwesi Kwarteng as the chairman of the finance committee, back and forth, it didn't happen. And then this year as well. And so it doesn't look like the tax waivers will see the light of day, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like, because it's not even in the 2024 budget. Whatever is passed will be against the 2025 budget that this government is not going to implement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other stories here on the front page of the Daily Statesman newspaper. Wait, I finished it. Did I finish it?
It is my turn. The
sorry.
Herald.
Yeah.
Another trouble at FDA. Details on page 3. Grab a copy and get the details. Also, Gimpa in crisis. Outgoing council accused of governance failure. And Mahama's transition team accuses Akufo-Addo's government of bad faith over last-minute recruitments, payments, transfers, and promotions. Despite denies buying juicy state properties owned by SIC Insurance, and details of Ghana Water land stealing out. So details of Kumasi, there's nothing like Kumasi Ghana. So Ghana Water Company lands in Kumasi. But when you say details of Kumasi Ghana Water, like, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
Kofi Kapito's name. So the story is that Kofi Kapito's name has popped up. These are the details in the Herald.
All right. Daily Dispatch newspaper front page. NPP's voter losses between 2020 and 2024. Greater Accra lost 46%. Central they lost 38%. Eastern they lost 34%. And Ashanti they lost 24%. Yeah. My incoming government will take severe decisions. but they will be in Ghana's interest. John Mahama. Wolome's, it's serious. So, Wolome's Mary Na Amanwa Dodu passes on. You know her, right? You know her?
No.
You know her?
Wolome.
Oui. When I type here, that Wolome. Century po. It was a Wolome.
The way he said it for me.
Because
like if it's the Ulumodi, I must know it.
No more
Ulumed, you know.
You are not alright.
Ulume. Oh no, the lady, the woman, the musician, right?
Yes. Now you have
yes.
come home.
Matthew, that's it, right? Matthew, oh no, that original one. This one is another best. Yeah, the other time
why did you allow him? You knew that he was singing the wrong thing.
Oh, she didn't sing anything about Matthew.
Now,
but last time we're actually playing the songs, right?
So the lead singer for Wolome.
Yeah,
lead
Wolome.
singer, yes.
Yeah.
So you'd hear songs like when you're married, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's a lead
I beg,
singer.
ready one of the songs. We need to celebrate her in Grand Style. They really play
Jimmy.
Yeah.
So it's a Matthew. So unfortunately, may her soul rest in perfect peace.
Yeah.
Such an icon she was.
And she was very active. She even done a latter stage.
Yes. It's good to know that at least in 2018, Vodafone Music Awards, they awarded her Lifetime Achievement Award, and so Namanwa Yawo Ojugban. I'm done with the dispatch.
The final one I have is the Republic Press. Ballot boxes go up in flames as controversy over Blukmanov polls linger, literally, in flames. Yeah. Finance Minister Defense. Yeah, I remember what was the name? The burning of ties at the EC regional.
Yeah.
Yes, when I got the information and I said the office was on fire. I didn't even know that indeed it's literal that they were actually burning things there, but it was quite serious.
Yeah.
Kudos to the police for being able to bring that to a record. But that was a precursor. And then the following day we were registering this. Anyway, Finance Minister Defense MPP's record insists government is handing over solid economy. Solid. Yeah, but when economy is liquid, it's actually a good thing, you know that, right?
If you have money.
The irony of it. NDC's Mustafa Gbande commends police leadership for role in election peace. And Numo Ashimo, that's the first time I'm getting to know that he has Numo as part of his name. Ashimo, an unassuming political titan, wins Greater Accra for the NDC. Yeah, of course, he can take his flowers for it, but Accra takes its own decision. Trust me, Accra takes its own decision.
You need to wait past it.
Accra, when Accra says,
I mean, once the victory, it will be.
Yeah.
I mean, the chairman will take the.
No, obviously, that's how we're giving him.
Just as how when the losses come.
Yeah.
Like the other side, they're also taking the heat.
Yes. Also took the heat, and NDC. Yeah.
Right.
Mahama vows to tackle corruption. U.S. court deals 2 Ghanaian nationals for internet fraud and money laundering. That is it for the Republic Press.
All right, the final one I have is the Informer newspaper. House of Chiefs pledges support for Mahama. MPP's defeat. Lesson to political class Mahama for inciting officers against IGP. Arrest Bita Agozo. Now, Peace Watch is making this, is saying this. And also, will sack corrupt G Mensa. NDC's Gbande vows. ECOWAS applauds Ghana for deepening democracy, urges region to emulate. I'm done.
All right. Final paper I have here before I go to the portals. Daily Post newspaper. Kusi Boafo and co chop $36 million World Bank loan meant for public sector reforms and cover it with fake receipts. Hey. His name is Thomas Kusi Boafo. He's a chief executive officer of the Public Sector Reform Secretariat. Well, I'm sure he who alleges must prove. Akufo-Addo petitioned to remove Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu to think that they are going to be hearing the LGBTQ. Is it the?
Yeah, the judgment is today.
The judgment is today in relation to Amanda Odoi. come and have a seat.
So once the Supreme Court gives the green light, the Akufo-Addo can sign before leaving. He can sign the anti-gay bill before leaving, right? Because it's what he's been waiting for.
Okay,
unless he doesn't want his name to appear on that bill.
Yeah. So he will. She will. The verdict will be today, right?
Yes. So 7-member panel of the Supreme Court today are expected to deliver their judgments in both rates.
Okay.
Richard Delasky, one is separate. Then Dr. Amanda Odoi, a researcher.
Odoi.
Odoi.
Minus the Chief Justice, right? She's no longer on the
No, the Chief Justice is not part of the panel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the panel that will be delivering. It's Justice Lovely Johnson who will be chairing the panel. So that is it.
Oh, but she had been on the previous panel.
Yeah, so the panel that dealt with the interlocutory matters,
yes,
the injunction and all that, she was the one that chaired it.
Okay.
But the substantive matter, Justice Lovely Johnson is the one chairing.
Lovely Johnson will chair it. Okay.
Are we also to expect the ruling on the injunction applications today?
Yes, so they will do all of them together. Yes, so
okay.
that's why a lot of people would think that it's very interesting, because the Chief Justice was part of the the initial panel that dealt with the.
When was the communication about the her recusing herself?
Oh no, when the panel was put
no, as for the substantive matter,
she's never been a part of it. Okay, because I was going to say that if she was on the panel today, how would this news, for instance, impact?
It's not the only case that is happening in the Supreme Court. The other cases in
where she should be on
that will come. Then we'll know that, and some of the panel definitely she will be in the panel. Okay. So we'll definitely see her at the Supreme Court today. Right. But in relation to the two big cases, for which reason the bill passed by Parliament is still has it been transferred?
The Speaker asked for it to be sent back to the presidency. We don't know. We don't have information on what happened to that.
So once that is clear, we'll know. If the Supreme Court is saying that the Parliament didn't follow the procedure, then we'll know what the pleasure of the court will be by way of orders and other stuff. But once it is also ruled or the decision is taken in favor or it is dismissed, then we'll know the way forward. But it will be an interesting day today, so everybody should watch this space. And it's live coverage is
assured.
What time is the Supreme Court sitting?
So today, if you come to the Supreme Court sit at 9:30, but there are 3 cases before these two. The judgment will be delivered.
Okay, so maybe
latest by latest by 10 or 10:30, action should be underway.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Good to know. When you go to find out the mood everywhere over
the mood about. Oh, definitely you will see. In fact, not only today.
Yeah.
After the election, if you walk around the corridors of the court, you get asked a lot of questions about what the fate of the Chief Justice will be, and whether she's going to stay, and if she is going, who is coming.
You hear pockets of conversations like that.
A lot of people
Interesting.
ask that question and all that. So it for now that we have seen the petition, and it doesn't mean that once there's a petition, we have seen one go against came for Niniabua. There was a petition for the removal of Niniabua.
The 5 million bribe.
It didn't
hold
anywhere. So that's for the petition to come. It's just like you taking somebody to court. You could go to court.
Evidence is the name of the game.
So
essentially,
but what we do know is that there's a petition, and that petition definitely it will be looked at.
All right. Now you have breaking news for us.
So this is news just coming in from the transition team. And this is Operation Oral, right? We've had
it started from opposition.
We had the NDC in opposition on the campaign trail say that they would launch the Operation Recover All Loot. Say people who have stolen state property and all those things, lands and all. Well, there's a statement indicating that there's a preparatory team towards President-elect's anti-corruption drive. Let me read it to you. It's a very brief one.
Yeah.
It says, as a preparatory measure towards the rollout of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's promise to recover proceeds of corruption and hold persons responsible for such corruption accountable when he assumes office, a team has been set up to receive and gather information from members of the public and other sources on suspected acts of corruption. The team comprises of the following individuals. Someone could you to a black chairman. You know, the chairman will shock me.
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel, you're dominant level.
Yes.
But former auditor general. Hey. It's like every name shocks me. Nathan Kofi.
Maybe it's the last name for me.
Nathaniel Kofi Boachi. Martin Pebu.
I think you are joking.
Raymond Acha.
Yes.
So all the names will
I am sorry. Look, listeners, I am as shocked as you are. Let me read the names again for you. So the team is comprised of Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. He's a chairman.
Yes.
Of course, you know the investigative work he has been doing already.
Yeah.
While in opposition. Then there's COP retired Nathaniel Kofi Boachi. And then there's Martin Pebu. Hey,
Yes.
these people are finished. If there's anybody.
The list is not balanced.
You need a lady.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah, I get that. And of course, thanks for flagging it. I'm sure the affirmative action to apply that. So, see, on this, I think we can add that in it. On this, we can decide to add that in it.
that is it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, but this is very interesting.
Okay, to the chairman.
Yes. Then Domelevo is there.
It's not life we greet when we see.
Domelevo is on there because
There's Martin Pebu, then there's Raymond Acha.
Raymond Acha, you and I were at the program, right? Hey.
When Raymond Acha gave us the ins and outs about,
the
frontiers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, we wish them well.
No, but you see what are they doing now? Warming up. No. Look at the headline.
So wait.
Preparatory.
It's preparatory work. So they are telling the public that this is, if you have information, take it in.
Take it
So it
to
says
them.
that anti-corruption with Operation Recover All Loot, oral, as a major plank, formed a core part of His Excellency John Mahama's policy platform in the 2024 campaign, and he intends to hit the ground running on these commitments. And
Okay, is there a number there or
there's
a
no
website?
number.
So how do we read them?
So this is a
It might have been an oversight. For somebody wants to Bluetooth something. Okay.
No. So maybe it's just for our information.
Yeah. Later,
Subsequently,
they will meet as a team and decide.
If it's an oversight too, I think they should announce hotlines.
Yeah.
It could be short.
I think that they didn't mention
Maybe
the receptionist.
So
the receptionist for the
case
the team will be responsible for getting other members on board.
No, this one they're serious.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the statement, it is. Look, I cannot even talk. If you haven't seen the statement, it's live on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We have projected it there.
Yeah.
So there's a team that has been set up to bring into fruition the President-elect's Operation Recover All Loot drive.
Yes.
So
in this case, they are certain that some loot have been made.
We've gone past.
It was a campaign promise, and you guys bought into it and voted. So it means that you believe that.
Right now,
But some create loot are positive now. We are working and we need to work. We make a lot of money and we share.
When you
Don't worry.
tell
Creating
that
data.
creative justice.
so you see, what is important is that, look, a lot of the times, a lot of things are said that this person has amassed this wealth, has done this and that. Evidence is the name of the game.
Yeah.
And I've seen Oliver Bakavoma talk about, for instance, the need for the evidence to be watertight. Because you do not want to just go with hearsay.
No.
And in
For
the
court,
end,
once they are doubts.
yes, a moment please. And then when you just go with the rumors and rumors and rumors, in the end you get nothing. So with this committee that has been put up, at least Nathan Kofi Boachi is a lawyer. Martin Pebu is a lawyer.
Person, a former security capo as well.
Who is that?
Nathan Kofi Boachi.
Yes, so Nathan is a lawyer. Martin Pebu is
Nathan
also.
Nathaniel? Okay, the same.
That's what we have. I mean,
because if you say Nathan, it's like I see you. You see, then. So Nathaniel, thank you.
Our boss is also Nathaniel.
I know, by his own, we use Nathan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever. So Nathaniel Kofi Boachi.
Yeah.
I mean, is Nathan Kofi Boachi is the most common.
That is too long.
Why are you making IB to make you choke this one.
I'm not choking.
Mommy.
You guys, I beg you, don't let this thing stick. I beg you, in the name of God. Don't let this stick. I beg you.
Anything for boys.
Charlie, you know when hey, you know when you step out and then you know, I don't know how anybody else feels.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm still that 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, I got
You
that.
understand?
Yeah.
And then you are in town, you've requested something, and then the person delivers and says, "Mommy, say."
Yeah, that's true.
So mommy's saying, "What do you mean?"
Yes. Like, see, in a certain region, it's a big deal. No, it's a big deal.
Then they
You call
mommy.
somebody, mommy. Hey, it's a big deal.
I refusing to
do.
So, basically, that's it. They need to ensure that this is watertight.
Yeah.
We do not want any instance where now do you just go with hearsay and then nothing really comes out of it. Because this is something that the public have, I mean, they would want to get some answers to.
Oh, yes.
So
if there's nothing there, let
it be.
If there's something there too, especially if it's recover.
Yes.
Oh, the recovery is more important to people than anything else.
Yes.
Every other thing is secondary.
No,
if
for me,
there's something to be recovered,
for
we
me,
recover
it's
it.
not,
Let's move
for
forward.
me, it's not about
And
the names that we have seen. It's about the quality of work that they will eventually come out with. If you relate it to football, now I would say I love football and all that. I know. When you parade all your Arsenal, at the end of the day, you lose. You notice that sometimes you just have to make sure that the team that you have are not going there to put their personal interest
ahead of the national interest.
Ahead of the national interest.
Yeah.
Go there, just do due diligence to whatever is supposed. At the end, the outcomes will be the most important thing.
But I want to find out, would their work also include they stopping suspicious people from leaving the country? Or
I don't even know.
We don't have
But
the
you see,
terms and references of
one major request, and I hope
it's doing it already.
one major request I also have, which Okujeto Ablakwa had made reference to, that he will put up a private members bill for, is to stop state officials from acquiring state property.
Oh, yes.
Look, there are properties that were reserved for state officials.
Yeah.
Various ministries, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Justice, and all that. But increasingly, we are seeing that people are buying these bungalows and now turning them into townhouses, and some of them renting them or living there.
Yeah, or doing Airbnb.
Yes. I would want that private members bill to come into fruition and
but
stop
that's all a manifesto promise.
and stop state officials from acquiring. Let state property remain state property.
You can buy whatever you want to buy. But
because if everybody keeps buying it, what will be left?
Soon MPs will come from Insawam.
Exactly.
MPs, ministers.
Yeah.
You know, so let it remain.
There's a reason that we wanted to keep them around Accra. I mean,
but hey, so it's interesting.
Yeah.
And still on that. Now I need to look. The last time I went to Osu, I'm always worried for the indigents there.
Yeah.
Look, they are being crowded out.
Yeah.
If you are in Osu and you are not in your own house, you can't afford the rent.
No.
Even if you can afford the rent and you are in your own house, basic essentials you can't afford.
Also, there's a paradox there.
Yeah.
So there's rich.
Also, it's a business city.
You see everything, but then in there also there's severe poverty in there. So
that's true.
The indigents have been crowded out. It's not like they are going to.
They should buy lands all over.
Hey, Oroba.
All over and stop targeting just.
Ibrahim, have you heard your brother? He said Oroba.
Yeah, it's so infectious.
Well, Volta Regional House of Chiefs demands removal of immigration post at Esikuma, Sogakopa, and police barrier at Juapong. Anyway, let's see what security agencies make of it. I am done with the Daily Post newspaper. That's my last paper.
Okay,
do you have any other
go
paper, Ibrahim? Then we go
no,
online.
I don't. So let's go online.
Okay, starfm.com.gh. Let me start from, so anti-LGBTQI plus cases. Supreme Court to deliver judgment today. Tewu Ghana threatens to resist KNUST Council meeting over disputed representation. Men's Gold case number 1 begs court for reasonable time to scout for new lawyers. Charlie, the latest is more Prukusu. Energy crisis was a legacy issue, but we solved it. That's according to John Dramani Mahama. And my government will tackle corruption decisively. Well, we have seen Operation Recover or Loot. We hope that it amounts to something. Blame political leaders for post-election violence, not IGP, Samuel Appiah. And then CPP can win power if we put our act together. Jan Twa says.
Should we tell him
that
okay, no,
he's living in Wonderland?
No, go on.
Okay, we'll pass on the message when he comes on Friday. Baumia is a theoretical economist, not a practitioner. Kweku Ricketts-Hagen, he was on State of Affairs on Monday.
Yeah.
And okay, so yes, basically I've taken you through all that.
Yeah.
Those are the headlines on starfm.com.gh. Visit the site. It has a new look, more friendly. Go, you find all the news there.
All right. City Newsroom. Akufo-Addo petition to remove Chief Justice over alleged incompetence and last-minute recruitment payments are legal. Fatih Abubakar. Baumia is the best person to give MPP victory in 2028. Miracles. We will release our defeat and get back. We will reassess our defeat and get back stronger. Miracles Abuaje. We pray for a positive shift under your leadership. Duncan Williams to Mahama. Mahama to inaugurate committee to oversee implementation of 120 days social contract. All last-minute appointments will be reversed. Mahama transition team. Fake soldier in viral recruitment video arrested. Cosmos Energy pulls out of Talo Oil acquisition talks. So that's it for the City Newsroom. And that's it.
All right, that'll be it for the Newspaper Review segment. We'll go for a break. When we return, we've done a bit of legal check slightly on the news, on the Newspaper Review segment, but we will still do a lot more, especially go into detail in relation to this Chief Justice's petition, the petition against the Chief Justice for her removal. It's still the Morning Star here on Star 103.5 FM.
Let's have breakfast on the Morning Star.